Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, presently the Australian dollar has attempted to try and take out that topside challenge, but not quite reaching the region of 67.7080 after getting to a high of 67.48 overnight. From the topside challenge it did find a little bit of difficulty and dropped, and actually posted a weaker signal into today's session. Therefore, we may see a further down test, which looks towards the region of 66.2035, and reassess from there, as we might find a little bit more demand in front of that 60-day moving average. The euro, after taking that topside challenge and rejected at 105, is still struggling and now looks towards that key support level, which is at 103.25, as the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, still holds around 106.70. If we see a close under 103.25, that would reopen the downside towards 102.65 to 101.80.90, where I just left this up here, somewhere around this region where these peaks were back in September. Still, there's much more to come out this week. We've got the USCB consumer confidence, the ADP non-farm payroll, which is the main event this week with the unemployment rate. So keep an eye on that, as the market will no doubt be very whipsawed, with 260,000 jobs forecast at present. Any upside attempts may still continue to struggle unless we see the dollar index drop back towards that 106.30 and then underneath there around the 104 to 105. That doesn't look as likely as yet, as the technicals remain somewhat negative for the euro as the MACD is breaking down along with the RSI. The dollar yen is still a little bit whipsawed and lack of confirmation to that hammer that was posted previous day. Still, in light of the weak technicals and a bearish ADX, does support the fact that the market may test lower and still look towards the region somewhere around 138.40 and then lower towards the region of 136.45 to 80, where I feel this could serve as a short-term base. We've got an inverted hammer after the last 2.5 days of trading. The market is a little bit weaker for sterling, and still with weak technicals does give some concern that we may see a further slide. A break of 119.10 would open the way towards 118.55 to 117.75, where I feel the market might find a little bit of demand and maybe even profit taking from this bottom side of the range, that is at 117.75. Another interesting night for gold as the market took the challenge to the top side around 1,756 to 60 and was rejected. We got a little bit of a slightly firmer RSI coming through here, but the MACD is negative. So therefore I still feel towards that top side level around that 60 region may struggle. The risk overall from the weak technicals is that we could see a down test towards 1,726 and then see if we see profit taking or even demand come back in like previously from this engulfing candle. Wrapping up with oil. Well, since that rejection from $74 a barrel, the market's finding a little bit of momentum after it reaches a high around 79.60 overnight. Still not quite reaching that objective, which is around 81.80.90, which is around this region here, which I feel after at least four stabs at it has found difficulty in sustaining. But keep an eye on these technicals, they have firmed up. Therefore, we should not rule or abandon that topside challenge around 81.80.95 in due course of the fact that these technicals could actually increase further and support that move. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report. And I hope you enjoyed the great start to the day.